Ready to begin? I wish to recognize the delegation staff that's here this evening. JV Disena, thank you for being here. So I also do want to recognize the presence of our good mayor, Edwin Piodom, Chief of Staff Alan Paris, the respective RDHs, um, Director Susan Perez, Director Gil Borja, Director Joao Untalan, Director Melissa Kiningok, and municipal council members, Melissa Kiningok Mangdiola. I apologize. Municipal council members, Chairman Joseph Santos and Vice Chair Anne Marie San Nicolas. And I also wish to recognize the Executive Director for Municipal Council, Director David Mendiola, Jodrick Mendiola, my Spencer. So with that, did I miss anyone? Oh, yeah. Council JP San Nicolas, former mayor, is also here to join us this evening, and former Senator Joe De La Cruz. Thanks for being here. Former Commissioner Bill Singh, and one of the key staff of Mayor's office, Melanie Cruz. And of course, our industrious and illustrious and flexible IT gentleman who's responsible with all the IT point of contact here whenever we do a hearing is Mr. Jose Atalik. Thank you, Joe, for all your help. Okay, with this, I wish to go ahead and call this hearing to order. Today is Tuesday, March 4th, 2025, at approximately 6:10 a.m. here at Tinian Middle and High School cafeteria. At this time, and I think I'll just, as the chair, I would go ahead and recognize the members that are present with us today. To my right is the Secretary of the Delegation, who is the Vice President of the Senate, Senator Carl King Neighbors. And to his right is the floor leader, the Vice Chair of the Delegation and the Chair of the EAGI of the Senate, Senator Francisco Q. Cruz. And Representative Patrick San Nicolas is excused for this evening's public hearing. So at this time, I entertain a motion to adopt today's meeting or hearing agenda.
Motion to adopt.
Then a motion offered by Senator Carl King Neighbors and been seconded by Senator Cruz. Discussion? All those in favor of the motion to adopt today's agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. The adoption of the hearing is hereby passed. Hearing agenda is hereby passed. Moving on, public under item 3, public hearing. The delegation is here to formally hear the community's testimony on the recent introduction of Senate Local Bill number 24-01 entitled to amend the Tinian Local Law 2109 to provide the regulatorily compliant internet gaming and for other purposes. This legislation was jointly introduced by the 3 members of the Senate, Senator Cruz, Senator Neighbors, and Senator Hofschneider, of which by legislative rule, it's supposed to lay on 3 sessions of the Senate, and it's making its motion, but the delegation decided to go ahead and conduct this public hearing and also request for comments from various agencies before we entertain it in a delegation level, of which that will determine the passage or the non-passage of it. So this public hearing very critical, as the bill is in its current form is not final, and this is the reason why we're asking for public inputs, and also legal sufficiency or legal review, so that that way, when we do dispose it, it hopefully musters the required approval by the chief executive, and then meaning the governor. So with that, I wish to we wish to proceed with the testimonials. And in the testimony, I requested for the chair requested for appearance by the Honorable Mayor Edwin P. Ordon, and of which I respectfully ask to go ahead and proceed over to the podium. And kindly state your name for the record.
Good evening, Hafale, Tiro, and good evening, everyone. Members of the Tinian Legislative Delegation, resident department heads, community members. As the mayor of Tinian and Agiguan, I'm here today to express my strong support for Senate Local Bill 24-01, which seeks to amend Tinian Local Law 21-09 to allow internet-only casino licenses and establish the Tinian stable token for regulatory and financial oversight. The current requirements that internet gaming operators must also maintain a physical hotel casino complex has hindered the industry's growth, especially with the challenges facing our tourism sector. By removing this restriction, we can create a more practical and competitive gaming industry similar to other jurisdictions that have successfully adapted to the digital economy. Moreover, by incorporating blockchain technology and the Tinian stable token, this will enhance financial transparency and ensure compliance with the Unlawful Internet Gaming Enforcement Act. This approach aligns with national priorities under Executive Order 14178, recognizing digital assets as key to economic innovations. Technology is rapidly evolving, transforming industries across the globe, and we must be prepared to adapt and take advantage of these changes. Many parts of the world have already integrated digital financial system and internet-based industries, embracing the benefits of increased accessibility, security, and efficiency. By modernizing our gaming laws and embracing emerging technologies, we position Tinian as a forward-thinking leader in this industry, ensuring that we remain competitive in a rapidly changing global market. In strengthening Tinian's position in the digital gaming industry, this bill will not only ensure regulatory compliance, but also creates opportunities to enhance our economy, create jobs for our people, and generate much needed revenue. For these reasons, I strongly support Senate Local Bill number 24-01. And in closing, I would like to extend my appreciation for this opportunity to share my thoughts on this proposed bill. It is my obligation to consider the interest of the Sinimay, but most especially the people of Tinian. Thank you, Jesus Masi, and have a good evening.
Jesus Masi, Mayor Ordon. And before I recognize the next speaker, I wish to also mention that we are live. We are being we're streaming live, no? So this is being watched by other access to other people that are unable to join us this afternoon. So at this time, I wish to request the chairman of the 20th Tinian Nagiwan Municipal Council, Chairman Joe Santos. And sir, kindly please state your name for the record.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Of the Tiro, Mr. Chairman, and members of the delegation. My name is Joseph E. Santos, and I'm here tonight to express my strong support for Senate Local Bill 2401, which aims to amend Tinian Local Law 21-09 in order to provide for regulatory compliant internet gaming. This bill is a crucial step towards enhancing the economic landscape of Tinian and the broader Sinamay community. As someone who has closely observed the evolving landscape of the gaming industry, it is evident that with adopting a well-regulated internet gaming, we can create a new revenue streams that will support local initiative, improve public services, and foster growth in our local economy. Furthermore, this bill not only aims to diversify our economic portfolio, but also ensures that all gaming activities are conducted within a comprehensive legal framework. This regulatory compliance will protect consumers, prevent illegal operations, and maintain integrity for our local gaming economy. Proper regulations will also create a safer environment for residents and visitors alike, ensuring responsible gaming practices that prioritize community welfare. By supporting this bill, we're taking proactive steps towards embracing innovation while also safeguarding the interests of our people. The potential for job creation, increased tourism, and enhanced local business cannot be overlooked. In conclusion, I fully endorse Senate Local Bill 24-01 as a necessary measure to modernize our gaming regulation and strengthen our economy. I urge all members of this delegation to support this forward-thinking initiative. Thank you, Dan Masi.
Sisos Masi, Chairman Joseph Santos. At this time, the list of testimony being requested to present written comments or oral testimony is the Tinian Casino Gaming Control Commission Chair or his designee. And I was advised earlier that the Gaming Commission submitted comments to the delegation for our consideration with regards to the Senate Local Bill 24-01. So, Jolin, can you please make note of that and accept that as a official communication from the TCGCC with regards to the bill? Also, the chair will be submitting an item 4. The chair will be submitting a request for comments, or will be reaching out to the Office of Attorney General once the bill passes through the legislative process. So at this time, the floor is open for anyone in the public that wishes to offer their testimony. Please bear in mind that all your remarks will be taken into account and will be considered in the deliberation of this particular legislation. Sisos Masi.
Thank you very much. My name, for the record, my name is Jose M. De La Cruz. I want to congratulate you folks up there, or you, Mr. Chairman, and the rest of the members for coming up with this important piece of legislation. As we are all aware, there's a lot of changes with technology, and there's evolution on how things are done. And I think this forward thinking is going to be beneficial for all of us here on the island. As we all know, we are not unique. After the pandemic, there's a major economic struggle we're experiencing here in the Sinamay and also here in Tinian primarily. Uh, a lot of public programs are a little bit lacking because of the scarcity of the local funds that we used to have during the boom time. And we're hoping that by amending the gaming policy, uh, we can convince new operators to come in and help us with this endeavor. I just want to echo the sentiment of the mayor that, I mean, with this changing world we're living in, we have to evolve. We have to also change with the system in place. So I just want to, for the record, to express my full support of Tinian Local Bill 24-01. And thank you for allowing us, the community, to participate on the deliberation of this bill. This is a very, very critical and very important piece of legislation for our people here in Tinian. Sizus Masi Talimbe for allowing us to participate. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. De La Cruz. And the floor is still open for any member of the public to offer their comments on Senate Local Bill 24-01. Any?
Um, Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I haven't done this in quite a while, so please give me a second. My name is Joey Sinicolas, or people know me here as JP Sinicolas. Full disclosure, I once served as mayor here in the beautiful island of Tinian. I also served as counsel for at least two licensees, holders of gaming licenses, one being here in Tinian and another one in Saipan. But I come here in my personal capacity, and I speak from my experience, having served as an attorney and also as mayor. And so, first of all, I'd just like to say at the outset that I wholeheartedly support your local bill 24-01. I read through all of the provisions. I'm very familiar with it. I'm actually prepared to speak a little bit about some of the provisions, especially those that were questioned at one point in time. But I just want to say, Mr. Chairman and members, that as a Tinian resident and a former official here, and having had experience within the industry, I think this is a very appropriate bill for Tinian, given the circumstances that we're all in today. And let's not kid ourselves. We don't have any bricks and mortar casinos here. We do have one down at the port, but it's my understanding that the licensee is attempting to surrender. So at this point in time, the industry that our forefathers created in 1989 is, if not dying, is dead. And so I applaud the leadership, as traditionally has been what the leadership has done in very recently and in the past, which is create legislation that responds to the circumstances of our beautiful island. And this is no different. I'm reminded of course, the 1989 initiative, and not too long after that, there were some very valid legal questions that were brought to the court, and which eventually became the Revised Act of 1992, which brought the issues that the central government and the municipal government brought forth to the table. And then there was a resolution. But along the way, there were other valid questions, such as, does the delegation have the authority to amend the initiative. That was a very big issue. But once that was resolved, the delegation has been very responsive, and I think the most recent 21-09, which is our initiative in its current state, that really overhauled the gaming initiative, and I applaud the delegation and the leadership for having the foresight to do that. With respect to 24-01, I understand that there is a question as to the number of licenses in its original form, which was from the prior delegation. There was no number. It wasn't pegged to a number. I understand this one has a limit of 10, which I wholeheartedly agree with. Um, there was an issue as to the software, whether it's appropriate for the delegation to promulgate a rule as to, requiring software that prohibits minors from accessing the technology. I believe then, as I do now, that that's a very appropriate provision to have. In fact, the current 21-09 has a provision that prohibits minors from accessing the gaming floor. So in that spirit, it's providing for the control. It's prohibiting minors from participating in an adult activity, and this provision is no different, Mr. Chairman. Um, and another big issue was whether or not it should be tied to a bricks and mortar. In the original internet casino statute, it was tied in. If you had a license, then you can qualify to have an internet gaming license. That was over 5 years ago, 6 years ago. It's high time that change, and I agree with the delegation to make it so that it's not necessarily tied. I mean, it's not like it you don't, if one wanted to, they probably could, but I mean, the situation that we're in now, that requires folks to come into Tinian. That requires flights to come into Saipan at least, if not Tinian. And we've seen, just looking at the past 2 to 3 years since COVID, that's almost impossible. So this is a way that the municipality and the Commonwealth can avail of this technology and provide for much needed revenues. And so I guess the elephant in the room is stablecoin. And I will admit to you, I am not an expert. I've read up as much as I could. I've listened to as much as I could listen to, and it's still a work in progress. But it's my understanding that it's a type of cryptocurrency, which is going to be used to facilitate the online gaming, and that is what these online gaming operators would use through the municipality, because it's the municipality that is going to operate it. But I did have a chance to review briefly Chairman Borja's concerns, and I totally understand his concerns. What I would say, Mr. Chairman, is that it is true that the Gaming Commission, as the regulator of the casino operators, they do have to ensure that whoever operates a casino, whether it be bricks and mortar or internet, that they comply with all of the federal and even the CNMI statutes. And of course, the big one is anti-money laundering, know your customer. We certainly want there to be full compliance of those statutes, federal statutes. I know we have local banking regulations, and the big one is FinCEN, right? And so we're all familiar with FinCEN and their federal agency that oversees transactions above a certain amount and makes sure that everything is accounted for. And if it's not, then they have the authority to close a casino. And we saw that not too long ago here in Tinian. Also, we have our own local agencies that deal with fraud protection, and of course our taxes and our financial reporting. So I say this because I know that there are valid issues that are going to be brought forth, And I encourage the delegation, of course, to listen to those issues and to consider them. But 30,000 feet looking down, this is huge. This is great. This is at the forefront. And we have the potential of being the first um, jurisdiction that allows for internet casino using a cryptocurrency, what you're referring to as a Tinian stablecoin. And just like Tinian was the first in 1989 through the advent of the casino for the Commonwealth. And we've seen other firsts too. I mean, at one point in time, we were the biggest producers of cows, selling our produce. I mean, historically, all throughout the Commonwealth, and all throughout the Mariana Islands. So it's not unique for Tinian to be at the forefront. I wear that as a badge of honor that Tinian is looking so much ahead. And I applaud you, Mr. Chairman, Senator Neighbors, and Senator Cruz, and Congressman San Nicolas, for in taking that tradition of listening and considering the economic situation in our island, and coming up with very forward-thinking ways of bringing revenues back to the CNMI and to the Commonwealth. So with that, talo undang na si Zus Mosin sa edizu pa be kintusiamzu gisti Canada na manera lo sosozu hamzu por favor possa esti na oktu za nai I gobernota za giza loki u considera za u possa loki sa gineneno na aprebasyon ni sini lo kita preba zata ekonomia gini magi giza tinian zaga sa madedesihin sa toda ekonomia in mampus wow personalmente wa gradesi otusia na klase industria ulilia na imilitar loki no mampus man animu loki no man invest gini gi tanota lo maguvzu loki sa gua loki zota no casino industry giza tinian za sinia loki ta de lonta gi zangin mapasa man apropriasia na oktu en cuenta ni toto tinian sen mas Mr. Chairman and members undang na si Jusmasi.
Thank you very much, Mr. JP, Council JP San Nicolas. The floor is still open for any member of the public to offer their views or with regards to the proposed legislation. Anyone? No, please proceed. Sir.
For Q&A, but since good evening, everybody, and thank you for the opportunity. I just read this on the way from work. I didn't know anything about this, but I have a few concerns on the bill, and we all are looking forward for any economic activity that will assist Tinian and the municipality in whatever way we can to get some economic activity going on Tinian aside from DOD projects and stuff like that. So this is a good start, but I'm concerned with few things, and I hope that that can be worked out before final draft and eventually passage of this bill. My concern is this will allow for internet gaming without land-based casino or hotel rooms. In 2009, I believe I still work for the Gaming Commission when we passed the internet gaming. I did some research in a place where internet occurred without a land-based casino. And what happened was a lot of shoddy and shady shops were turning up, and eventually the whole country closed internet gaming because of that. So I'm a little concerned about having internet gaming and an operator getting a license from the Gaming Commission without a land-based casino complex or without hotel rooms. I'm reading your findings, and well, it makes sense that in this economic downturn, it is difficult for an operator to operate a casino with a lot of employees, amenities, and then internet gaming. I don't know how true that is, but that's one of my concerns. I would like back then when we passed internet gaming, we also looked at the investor with 300 rooms or 450 rooms, and we cut it down to about 50 rooms with what the size of Diamond Hotel with an internet gaming of this magnitude and this form. I think it could have worked. I don't know why they surrendered their license and left, but had we passed this, that would have got them. They have the complex, they have the infrastructure, they can immediately go into internet gaming with the TIN tokens, sort of like the Bitcoin or something. The other one that I'm worried about is the present regulation of the Gaming Commission where chips, casino chips, are the property of the licensee. And now it's going to be at the municipal treasurer. I am wondering whether that conflicts with either the original law or the regulation of having the municipal treasurer be holding casino chips and be in charge of casino chips under this bill. That's another of my concern. Not having a land-based casino is going to take away the opportunity for a lot of jobs. Granted, this bill is going to create other kinds of jobs. These are highly technical IT people. Gaming Commission have to turn their inspectors into IT specialists. Municipal treasurer will have to turn their people into high-level IT people. So it's going to create some kind of job, but to find them now requires outsiders to come in and teach our people to do that. And I know there's a lot in our community that are IT and highly specialized that can take over this job, but it's going to be limited. What a licensee probably needs, what, to IT to do this stuff. Municipal treasurer maybe 2 or 3 to handle the gaming side. Those are some concerns that I have. The opportunity of our people getting jobs in a land-based casino, for example. I know it's very hard right now. I don't know how easy it will be to sell this on a global scale for it to start making money, but the idea is good. I think we need to fine-tune a lot of the concerns that we have and put it in the bill. I wish I had more time to dig deeper into the act, and I'm wondering whether this bill is the result of an investor trying to establish here, do we have that kind of investment? Because in your findings, you're saying it's going to be hard for a licensee to operate a land-based casino and then get into internet gaming, and with the amount of tourists that we're receiving, it's probably impossible for a licensee to get into that kind of venture. Now, anybody, whether it's land-based casino or internet gaming, who's trying to seek a license, got to have some kind of capital to do that. You know, I'm just sorry that this Diamond Hotel was not vetted enough to see how much money in the cage uh, to do gaming. They cannot even purchase, you know, machines that even match Vegas in Saipan. That's more of a casino than down. So we didn't vet them that much. We opened it up. They had no money. They opened their cage. That wasn't supposed to happen. You know, when you open that cage and you say, come in and game with me, you're supposed to have money. So we're worried that internet gaming operator may not have enough capital to run a land base and 50 rooms. Again, I don't want to think about it, but I don't want to see what happened when I did my research where the whole country shut down their internet operation because shady deals and shady shops are popping up all over the place, all in the name of internet gaming, you know. And while we all hope that things can work here on our island, whether it's Dynasty or Diamond or Bridge Investment or internet gaming, we want to see them succeed because when they're successful, our coffers are successful and our people can then have a chance to live a better life. And we all hope for that. I just think we need a little bit more time to maybe add or tweak some of this and include some of those things that everybody's concerned with. Overall, I like the idea. If there is an investor out there already, I think I just wish that a lot of the gaming commissioners now are here to compare or put in their concerns when it comes to regulating. How do you regulate someone who's not here, who's virtual, right? I mean, it's kind of, with modern technology and today's technology, of course, we can all do that. Well, our gaming commission are they able or ready to face that highly technological world so I'm sorry that I am not really prepared because like I said, I'm reading this on the way here, but the idea is great. I think we should tweak it, put in all the necessary safety measures on it, make sure that we have an investor, and I would like the licensee to be here, you know. The licensee must operate from here, and I didn't see that here in the bill. Your license here, the regulators are here, you gotta be here. You gotta be transparent and accountable. Because, you know, in 1987, the bill had a lot of teeth. And as the economy changes, as world economic activity changes, we took that act with a lot of teeth and sent him to the dentist, and we took him all out. And there's a few teeth in the act right now. And I want to make sure that those safety measures are intact and are still there, even with internet gaming, right? Let's work on the bill and let's get it passed, I guess. And let's see that investor come here and meet the people and meet the commissioners and, you know, be here, be transparent. We want to hear their experiences. And I'm pretty sure they are not only seeing this happen in the States and other jurisdictions, but maybe they have a few dollars invested in this sort of business. And we welcome them here. We don't want to chase anybody that is trying to make our lives a little better economically. We want to welcome them, but we also want to make sure that our people are safe, our people are protected from this kind of business. Gaming is a funny animal. You know, it can do great things and it can, you know, reap havoc on our community. So thank you for the opportunity, and um, let's do this. Okay, thanks.
Thank you. And Mr. Singh, great comments from the members of the community. Floor is still open for any member to comment on the bill, whether um, share your thoughts and whether you're supporting it or not. This is the chance to. Before I. Okay, it looks like nobody. Okay, so that concludes our item number 3. Before I call for an adjournment, I want to give an opportunity to the members of the delegation to offer some remarks. Okay, this time I would call for a short recess. We're back in session. At this time, on behalf of the delegation and the leadership of TINIAN, I wish to extend my appreciation to everyone that joined us this evening, whether in person or virtually, as many of the comments are well taken and will be taken into consideration to improve the validity and the contents of the concerns raised. We certainly appreciate that, and we don't take that very lightly at all. Also, we all have the same, we share the same sentiment, no? Also, all of us here being from Tinian, that we've seen the transformation, the evolution of the casino industry from its inception in 1989 to, sustainably really gave us a lot of opportunity to serve our people, whether it's through employment or even public programs, what have you, from scholarship to medical referral to employment to everything that that industry allowed us to enjoy. Unfortunately, because of the changing time, whether it's geopolitical issue with the powers that be or business decisions that have made with the investor, we never know really. But it is our duty as your elected official to continue seeking for ways to try and find that means. And that came from having that to we even went out to even allowing or mandating the payment of a annual license fee even if you're not open at the time, and that allowed us to facilitate the funding that's desperately needed here on the municipality level. So obviously everybody knows about the voluntary surrender of the only casino license that's been servicing the community, and here we are today. We're trying to catch the wave of internet gaming, and this new thing that I'm also, to me, is the blockchain, the crypto. It's new to many of us, and the acceptance and then getting used to it aspect of it is definitely something that we all need to acclimate to. So we will never stop. If there's anything that I can take out of this our responsibility of your elected officials here in Tinian. So again, this is a public hearing to hear the comments from the elected officials of Tinian and the general public on Senate Local Bill 24-01. And with that, si Jesus Masital one more time to all the staff and to everyone, and both watching here in person and virtually. And at this time, the chair recognizes any member to offer a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
It's been offered by Senator Carl King Neighbors to adjourn this hearing. Do I hear a second? Second is Senator Cruz. All those in favor of the motion to adjourn this public hearing, please say aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. The Tinian and Aguiguan Legislative Delegation public hearing stands adjourned subject to the call.